Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mihir Shah once again with another video. In this video, we are going to take up a topic based on the chapter Fund Estimation in Project under the subject Project Management. In this topic, we are going to learn how to calculate leverage. Now, this particular topic has been divided into two parts, this being the very first part. In this video, we are going to learn how to find and calculate leverage when the income statement is given to us and vice versa. When they give you leverages, how can you find and prepare the income statement? So let us see, okay, how to solve the sum based on leverages, part 1. Now, before starting to solve with the sum, we need to first learn few formulas and few formats, okay, to in order to go ahead with the topic. So, very first thing what we need to learn is what is income statement. Okay, so here is the format of your income statement. I would like everyone to note down this format in your book or wherever you want to solve it. So the format starts as sales less variable cost gives you contribution, less fixed cost gives you earning before interest and tax, also known as EBIT, less interest gives you EBT, that is earning before tax, less tax gives you earning after tax. From that amount, if you minus your preference dividend, whatever amount is available, that amount is known as earning available to the equity shareholders. From that, when you divide that value with the number of shares, you will get something called as earning per share. Okay, that's a full-fledged income statement format. So I would like everyone to note down this particular format because in the sum this is very important. Next, the main formulas. Okay, the leverages has three main formulas. Number one, it's called as degree of operating leverage, which is equal to contribution upon EBIT. Second is degree of financial leverage, which is equal to EBIT upon EBT. And third, we have degree of combined leverage, which is nothing but the product of operating leverage and financial leverage. These are the three main formulas in order to calculate leverage. Now, in some sums, they can also give you some other things to find. So here are few formulas which other than the leverages formula which you need to know under this particular topic. Okay, so the very first one is financial leverage is also see, when we went through financial leverage is nothing but EBIT upon EBT. Now this EBT can be converted into EBIT minus interest also. Okay, how will this be useful? Okay, we'll come to know while solving the sums. Then there is something called as ROI, okay, which is EBIT upon capital employed into 100. Capital employed is nothing but variable cost plus fixed cost. Asset turnover is sales upon total asset. Total asset is equity plus debt. And break-even point is nothing but fixed cost upon contribution per unit if they are asking you something to do with BP in units. So these are some additional formulas which can be very helpful while solving the reverse sum when they give you the leverages and then they ask you to find the income statement. So these are the formulas which can help as a support to get the answers. So see that you all even note down these formulas. Okay, now since this is the first part of the video where we are going to learn about how to calculate leverages and from leverages how to prepare the income statement, there are few more formulas in this topic which will be added up in our second video of the same topic. Okay, so without wasting much time, let us start. Okay, we're going to take up two sums in this particular video, so let us start with the very first one.
Okay, now let us see the very first sum, how to calculate leverages. The question given is, calculate the degree of operating leverage, financial leverage and combined leverage. They are given you output in units, fixed cost, variable cost, interest and selling price. Okay, we have company A and company B. Now always remember, in order to solve the formulas based on leverage, we need to first create the income statement. So let us start with the income statement. So I'll write here particulars, company A and company B. Okay, now as per the income statement always starts with number one, sales less variable cost gives us contribution. So I will I'll make a line towards that point. We will make a line so that we come to know the distinct. So what we'll do first here, we'll first try to only note down the values based on sales and variable cost. Okay, now in order to find the sales, they have given a selling price per unit is rupees 3, and the total number of units that were produced is given as 3 lakhs. So in order to find the total sales value, it's very simple. We just have to multiply the number of the rate per unit into the number of units. So 3 into 30 lakh, 3 into 3 lakhs. So our total sale for company A will be 9 lakhs. Okay. Similarly, we'll have to find for company B. So there is 75,000 units, and the total or the rate of selling price is 25. So we'll just multiply 75,000 into 25. We'll get a total sales as 18,75,000. Okay, so we have done with the first part, that is sales. Now we need to find the variable cost. Variable, very simple. They have given you again rupees 1 per unit, and this is 7.5 per unit. We have number of units at 3 lakh and 75,000. We'll just multiply them. So 3 lakh into 1 is 3 lakhs. That is variable cost of company A. It's less, so we'll put it in bracket. Similarly, 7.5 into 75,000 will give us 5 lakhs 62,500. Okay, again it's negative, so we'll put it in bracket. Sales less variable cost will give us our next answer, that's contribution. Sales is 9 lakhs, variable was 3, so sale less variable will give us contribution, which is 6 lakhs. Same way for company B, 18 lakh 75,000 minus 5 lakh 62,500 will give us 13 lakh 12,500. Okay, so sale less variable gave us contribution. Now from this contribution we will less fixed cost as per our income statement format. Okay, again we will make a line. Okay, now fixed cost is already given in our question as 36,000 for company A in rupees and 70,000 for company B. Again, since it's negative, we'll put it in bracket. So we'll subtract this. Sale less variable give us contribution, less fixed cost will give you earning before interest and tax, that's EBIT. 6 lakhs minus 36,000 is 5 lakh 64,000, and 13,12,500 minus 70,000 will give you 12 lakh 42,500. Okay, after getting earning before interest and tax, since it is before interest, the next step will be, or next heading will be less interest. Now again, interest is given in the question as 20,000, so it will be negative 20,000 in our format, and 40,000, so here again it will be negative 40 because we have to subtract it. Again we need to subtract, so we'll again prepare a line. So you'll come to know again, that bracket where we have in order to get the next value. Okay, EBIT less interest gives you earning before tax. So 5 lakh 64 minus 20,000 is 5 lakh 44,000, and 1242,500 minus 40,000 will give you 12 lakh 2,500. Okay, now remember one thing, the formulas for finding operating leverage, the formula is contribution upon EBIT. We have contribution, we have EBIT. For financial leverage, we need EBIT upon EBT. I even have that, and combined is the the product of the operating leverage and financial leverage. So that's it. This is it. This is the format that we require in order to solve and find the basic values of all the leverages. So once the income statement is done, we start with the very first formula. So first is our operating leverage or degree of operating leverage, both means the same. Okay, so we'll write here operating leverage is equal to, the formula is contribution upon EBIT. So for company A, the contribution was 6 lakhs and the EBIT was 5,64,000. When you divide, we get our first answer of operating leverage as 1.06. Similarly, for company B, our contribution was 13,12,500 and our EBIT was 12,42,500. Then we divided, our value of operating leverage was, here also it was similar, 1.06. That's the first formula. Second is financial leverage. See, once our income statement is ready now, then it is just copy pasting, you're just substituting the value as per the formula. Financial leverage ka formula is EBIT upon EBT. Remember, wherever your operating leverage stops, from that value your financial leverage will start. So for company A, EBIT was 5,64,000 and EBT was 5,44,000. When you divide, the financial leverage that one should have got would have been 1.04. Similarly, for company B, the EBIT was 12,42,500 upon EBT, that is 12,02,500. When you divide, one should have got the value as 1.03. Okay, this is how we got the values of financial leverage. Now third one, which is the last formula, that's combined leverage. So we will write it here. Combined leverage is equal to, very simple, it is nothing but the product of operating leverage multiplied by the financial leverage. So in A it was 1.06 into 1.04. The value that one should have got would have been 1.10. And for company B it was 1.06 into 1.03. The answer should have been 1.09. Okay, so this is how you all have to solve the sum based on where they're asking you to find the leverages when all the details are directly given to us. Whereas like they gave you the sale, they give you the variable, they give you the fixed, they gave you the interest, all the values are given. We just had to put into the income statement and then substitute into the formulas. Okay, so this was the very first sum which was based on leverage. Now we are going to take up another sum in which they will give us the second variation in this particular topic is that they will give you the leverages and they will ask you to prepare the income statement. It's exactly opposite. Here they told us, they gave you the values for income statement, then they told you to prepare the leverage. Now we are going to take up a sum where they will give us the leverage and they will ask you to prepare the income statement. So now let us see how to solve such sum. We'll start with question number 2. Okay, now let us see the second variation. From the following, prepare the income statement of B Limited and C Limited. Sorry. Now they have given us the values of B Limited and C Limited. It is given that financial leverage has been given to us. They have given you the interest. Operating leverages have been given to us. Variable cost as a percentage of selling price is given to us. And tax percent is given to us. So now this is exactly vice versa of the first sum where they give you all the data and they ask you to find the leverage. Here the leverages are given and they are asking you to find, to prepare the income statement. So now look at this very, very carefully, okay? Now what we do here is in such kind of sum, first draw out the income statement. So first what we'll do is we'll first note down the entire income statement. Sales less variable cost gives us contribution, less fixed cost gives you earning before interest and tax, less interest gives you earning before tax, and since there is tax given in the question, I'll write less tax will give you earning after tax. Okay, so we have noted down the entire income statement, and we'll try to figure out first any values which they are given us in the question which can accommodate this particular format. So we'll just note down, we'll just make those linings where we have to, get the values after subtracting the amounts. So yeah, so there are like around 4 headings here. Okay. Now, as per the question, we let us try to figure out if anything is given to us, which we can apply it into the format. Now I can see here interest is given 300 and 1000. So what we can do here, we can just note down the interest 300 and 1000. Since it is less, we will put it in the brackets. Okay, other than that, they have given you the leverages and then they have given you the some percentages, so I can't use that in the format right now. Okay, now in order to solve such sum, always remember number one, always remember the working note. Number one, always remember financial leverage is always equal whenever they are giving you interest and financial leverage. Always remember financial leverage ka formula is EBIT upon EBT, and EBT is made up of, we can show, even I can show this EBT part as, see, the numerator remains same, but I can show the numerator as EBT is nothing but, if I look at EBT is nothing but EBIT minus interest. So I'll just write this as EBIT minus interest. I have been given financial leverage in the question, I have been given interest in the question. So with the help of that, I can find the EBIT. Once I get the EBIT, I can form and fill up some details in my solution. So now what I do here is, now first we'll do for company B. I'll write it here, for working for company B. Okay, now for company B, my financial leverage ka formula, I will be using this formula. Okay, so I'll write it as EBIT upon, is actually upon EBT, but instead of EBT we'll write it here now, EBIT minus interest. Now financial leverage given in the question is 4:1. So I'll just write this 4/1 is equal to EBIT. I have no idea because we need to find that. Upon EBIT, again we don't have any clue. Minus interest. Interest for company B is 300. Okay, once I get to that point, I will cross multiply it, so it will become 4 multiplied by EBIT minus 300 is equal to 1 into EBIT is just EBIT. Now 4 into EBIT is 4 EBIT minus 4 3s are 12, so minus 1200 is equal to EBIT. Minus 1200 taken on the other side, EBT I take it on this side, so it will become 4 EBIT minus 1 EBIT or EBIT is equal to negative 1200 goes to the other side, will become positive 1200. Okay, so 4 minus 1 is 3 EBIT is equal to 1200. Okay, so finally I can say that EBIT is equal to, now this would be 1200 divided by 3. So 1200 divided by 3 will give you 400. So my EBIT for company B is 400. Okay, so what I do here is I will write EBIT as 400. I can solve this further, but what we'll do here is, before solving it, let us do similarly same working for company C. So I'll write it here for company C. Again, financial leverage is equal to EBIT upon EBIT minus interest. Now financial leverage given for company C is 2:1 is equal to EBIT upon EBIT minus interest. Now interest for the second is 1000. I will cross multiply, so I get 2 into EBIT minus 1000 is equal to 1 into EBIT is 1 EBIT. So finally it will be 2 EBIT minus 2 into 1000 is 2000. is equal to EBIT. I keep EBIT on one side, so it will be 2 EBIT minus EBIT is equal to minus 2000. When it goes to the other side, it will come plus 2000. 2 minus 1 is 1, so your final EBIT for the second company of a company C is 2000. Okay, now once we have got this, I'll write it here. EBIT for company C is also 2000. Now let us try filling up whatever details you can fill up. Okay, 400 minus 300 would give you my earning before tax as 100. 2000 minus 1000 would have given me 1000. Less tax. Tax is 35%. So 100, now tax is 35%, so of earning before tax. So 100 into 35% is 35,000 into 35% is 350. When you subtract, I get 65 and 650. So we found the bottom half. Now let us try to find out the top half. Now they haven't given us the fixed cost, they haven't given us the contribution, but I have operating leverage. And with the help of operating leverage, the formula is contribution upon EBIT. EBIT is also given. We have already found it. So with the help of the operating leverage formula, so now what we'll do here is, for company B, operating leverage is equal to contribution upon EBIT. Operating leverage given in the question for company B is 5:1. Contribution we don't know. EBIT is 400. So we can cross multiply. 4 into 5 is 2000. So 2000, C into 1 is C. So C is 2000 for company B. So contribution is 2000. Similarly for company C, operating leverage was C upon EBIT. Operating leverage given here is 3:1. Contribution we don't know, and EBIT is 2000. So 3 2s are 6000 is your contribution. So I'll write it here as 6000. Now it's very simple. 2000 minus what will give you 400? So my answer should be 1600. So that's my fixed cost for the first company. 2000 minus what will give you, 6000 minus what will give you 2000? That's 4000. That's my fixed cost. Now comes the last part, very important part. How to find the sales and variable cost. Now they are giving you a percentage. Variable cost as a percentage of selling price. Very, very important. It is said that variable cost as a percentage of selling price for company B is 75. Meaning, if your sales is 100%, your variable cost will be 75. And if variable is 75, your contribution by default will have to be 25%. Okay. So now basically you just have to cross multiply. See, when your sales is 100, your variable was 75. So sale less variable will give you contribution. So contribution is 25%. But when the contribution is 25, the amount is 2000. So for 100, it is how much? We just have to cross multiply it. 2000 into 100 divided by 25. When you cross multiply, your answer should be 8000. Now 8000 minus 2000, your variable for the B company is 6000. Similarly, variable as a percentage of selling price is 50% for company C. Meaning, if your selling price is 100, your variable is 50, so 50 is your contribution. If for 50% the value is 6000, so for 100 it is how much? We cross multiply and we get the value as 12,000. So 12,000 minus 6,000, the difference comes to 6,000. So this is how you all have to solve the sum when they gave you the leverages and they've asked you to prepare the income statement. Okay, so these were the first two types of sum based on leverages, where one, they give you the data, you are asked to find the leverage. Second, they give you the leverage, they ask you to find the income statement. This is the first part of this chapter which has sum based on leverages. Okay, in the next part of the video, or in the next video, we will be solving sums based on the same chapter but which has something known as indifference point and something which you known as EPS. So how to calculate EPS or how to calculate EBIT when EPS is given, and also to find out something called as the indifference point, very important topic. Okay, so in this video we were able to complete what is leverages, how to calculate leverages, and if leverage is given, how to calculate the income statement. I hope everyone have understood the first two types of sum in this particular chapter. With that, we will be ending this video here. Thank you. See that all of you all stay ahead with the for the next video where we are going to learn how to solve advanced sums based on the same chapter. Thank you.